Hey everyone, Nova here. As you may already know, Retem region is now released. And now with the new region release comes new skills. New level cap is now 35, and to get to the Retem region, you need to complete the story in the Aelia region. Now, once you get into the Retem region, you won't have access to Aelia's cocoons and towers. Same thing backwards. If you're in Aelia, you won't have access to the Retem's new cocoon. And with Retem's new cocoons, we have access to a total of 10 skill points. 6 new cocoons that gives 1 skill point each, and 1 tower that gives 4 skill points. But with the new skills, for each class I'll be going over each of them on this one video. I don't want to spread the videos out as it would be aggravating and kind of annoying. I'll timestamp them in the comments and in the descriptions to help you find what you're looking for. First, let's start with the Hunter's new skill. Sword Arch Charge Avenger. This skill makes Hunter's sword even better without having to lose a charged PA. You will notice a circular ring flash above your character, indicating that the Sword Arch's Avenger passive is ready to go. This will only work on every PA except for the Caliber streak. That PA would automatically trigger regardless of what you do. The other two will do just fine. Wired Anchor Avenger. This only boosts damage when you trigger a Hunter Arts Avenger passive and use the Wired Lance weapon action. The thing when you time your PA attacks with the enemy and you'll glow red. Partisan Parry Alternate Assault. This passive is a tricky one. This triggers when you use the weapon action to guard. The Assault Charge is your weapon action after you perform a Photon Art. You will notice a small glimmer of light indicating that this passive was triggered. This will boost your damage as well as a small window of iframes. Next we have Fighter's new skills. Limit Break PP Recovery increases PP recovery when the Overload active is, well, active. This is a good change since I think Fighter has a hard time gaining PP sometimes, but that varies in some ways, but it's still pretty good. Dagger Spin Axle grants you another acceleration drive attack, but in a different way. Instead of performing a normal attack after every PA that you do, this lets you trigger that acceleration drive with just the weapon action. The procedure is just the same as you do with chaining Photoners together. Saber Glaze PP gain. This will trigger once you hit the second stage of the Whirlwind, the purple wind aura that surrounds your character once you've dealt enough damage. The first stage will show blue winds, but purple is the second stage. With this, you'll recover 2 PP for each hit, which isn't bad for Saber since you also have access to the Overload active that also boosts PP recovery. Knuckle Arts Combo PP Save reduces the PP consumptions when you chain any Knuckles PAs together by a slight bit, like 2 or 3 points. Next we have Ranger's new skills. Launcher's Blight Rounds. Originally, the assault rifles were the only weapons that were able to apply Blight Rounds to the enemies. But with this skill, the launchers are now able to apply Blight Rounds or Weak Bullet, whatever you want to call it, and it does the same job anyway. Sticky Bomb Advance is the sticky bombs that are launcher's weapon action. This passive grants that action a bit of iframes for the full duration until the bomb is applied. Spread Shot Wide Range has a really small attack window to begin with. This basically expands the range to be bigger to hit more targets. Next up, we have Gunner's new skills. Dodge PP gain. This triggers when you use the weapon action to dodge with the TMGs. The amount of PP that you recover is pretty big with this passive. Chain Boost Advance. After you build up the chain combo and unleash it with a charged PA attack, you'll enter the chain trigger state. Chain Boost Advance lets you extend the combo's duration by dodging with the weapon action. The duration of the chain combo decreases very slowly, and as long as you dodge with the TMG's weapon action, the bar will refill and you will be able to keep the chain boost extended a bit longer. Strike Back Advanced. When you successfully dodge with the weapon action, the PA that you do afterwards has an entire iframe window, which is pretty good. Rising Drive. This grants Gunner's airborne mobility a whole new level. This is a new feature for Gunner when they counter with a weapon action. The character will glow purple, and once the purple shine glows, press the normal attack on a locked target to gain some high ground. It's not very effective if you're not locked onto a target. Next up we have Force. Technique Domination grants bonus damage on down enemies when using techniques only. Rod React Advance. This, I think, it basically grants the sidestep countering to also counter the same way as weapon action countering does. But this, I don't think applies elemental bullets like the weapon action does. Elemental bullet extended. So how this works is weird. If you attack with a technique and wait a bit, there will be an indicator surrounding your character. The first indicator will show letting you know that one bullet is charged, and there will be another indicator signaling you that it's fully charged with 2 bullets. So the next technique that you cast, charged or not, will trigger elemental bullets. Tricky Capacitor Quick Recharge. This boosts the charge time after the first use of Tricky Capacitor active. It's alright. The charge rate is still slow to begin with, but after using it, it's still slow, but not as pain to deal with, so it's slightly faster, but it's still slow. Next up, we have Techter. We have Overemphasis, which is an active skill that will recover you and your party's HP and PP while increasing max PP for a certain duration. We have Wand Lover's Line Force, which boosts the attack speed of your normal attacks. This will not work with the PAs, as Techter has access to 2 PAs and all the techniques, including the new ones, which we'll go over later. Next up, we got Brave Spirit. When you counter with a katana's weapon action, you'll trigger Brave Spirit. Every time you normal attack with a katana, you'll have bonus damage and better PP recovery when normal attacking. You'll see an aura around your character knowing that the passive is active for a certain duration. The same thing applies with the bows too. Katana Perfect Guard PP gain. This basically restores PP every time you successfully counter with a weapon action on katana. Bow Arts Combo PP Save. This skill saves your PP consumptions whenever you spam PAs together. This is pretty good when you chain any bows PAs together along with the Bow Illusion plus passive, and this method can also help restore your PP as long as the PA lands. And it also makes it harder for you to run out of PP this way also. Final bonus Surprise. This basically amplifies the number of hits, multiplying each hit. So if you activate the Brave Combat active and you did like, let's say 30 hits, right? With this passive, that 30 will double up to 60, which makes it easier to meet the limits of the final bonus passive, regaining a large amount of HP and PP. And also, I just want to point out that the Fearless Attitude passive, before the update, it didn't have range, but with the new Retem update, it has quite a bit of range now, which makes the passive a lot better to use. And they recently buffed up the counter damage as well. So we got Bouncer with Blade Arts Parry. I'm not so sure how I feel about this passive. This passive lets you nullify an attack once. Just once. And after that, you are vulnerable. I'm pretty sure you're better off performing a sidestep counter that could potentially do more damage than just tanking damage. And then we have Jet Sweep Jolt PP Save. This passive lets you save more PP on any PA for Bouncer, including the second stage for each PA that the Jet Boots have. This makes it a lot easier to spam PAs and can save a lot of PP for the duration. So now that we have new elements, we have Wind, Light, and Dark. Each of these have special perks that is unique, and only Force, Techter, and Bouncers have access to these techs. We have Zan, that fires 3 wind blasts from 3 directions, and if you charge this, you'll fire 1 big shockwave blast. Gizan, that fires a small tornado. This tornado can get bigger if you charge it. Grants fires light pillars down to the target. Charge this to summon a bigger pillars down to the enemies. And Gigrants is a light AoE that surrounds your character. Charge this and the attack changes to light lasers that shoot 3 lasers in front of you. Megid, however you want to say it, fires a ball towards the target, and charge this for a bigger ball that swirls. And then gimme good, gimme jig, I don't know. It fires a gust ball on the target, charge this to shoot a dark pillar. So with the new elements comes new perks. Zengil triggers by hitting the enemy with uncharged wind techniques. The enemy will have some kind of vortex that are like green and purplish swirling around them, and when you attack them with any of the wind techniques, they both perform differently. Megasphere activates once you attack with uncharged dark techniques. you'll see a series of dark orbs floating around your character, indicating how many spheres you've stored up. To activate this, charge any dark techniques and attack, and I think the dark technique that you cast will depend on the ammo of dark spheres you've stored in your character's waist. Grant's glitter is a little different. If you spam light techniques, you'll see a ring around your character. There's no charge requirement to trigger it. Once the ring appears, your light techniques will be different. Apparently this will recharge, but it will replace your current ring with a new one and will not stack on top of each other. And I think that's it for the new skills from this Retem region update. Some classes have some nice perks that may or may not improve the class gameplay. I haven't experienced much since I've only just played Bouncer and Braver so far recently, but yeah. I hope this helps understand these new skills better. If it did, I'd appreciate a like. If you have any questions about any of the new skills, please comment below. But yeah, that's about it for these new skills. They're pretty unique and interesting, and I can't wait to test them out on the field when I level them. And comment below on which skill you like the most about this update. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.